Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another day of social studies. We're going to continue learning about the legislative branch today, and you guys will demonstrate what you have learned about it in an I am poem. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I will explain it in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Okay, so our agenda for today, obviously we'll begin with our notebook like we always do, along with our in. And then there is some time built in for you guys to finish up the Article 1 analysis that we started the previous day. If you have not finished that yet, don't worry. It's got time built into the lesson for you. Okay? And then we're going to spend about probably no more than 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max, on checks and balances, which is a big part of the American government system. We will be talking about it more and more as we continue to learn about the Constitution. And then we will end with our legislative branch I am poem, which don't worry, I will explain. And as always, you guys have an out. Let's get rolling. Okay, your vocabulary for today is the phrase checks and balances. There's not a specific slide where I define that for you because you guys will be doing that work of defining it during that work time for the checks and balances section. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you. Your learning target for today, you are going to demonstrate your understanding of the legislative branch by writing an I am poem. Like I said, I'll explain it. You're in for today. This one should be super easy because we talked about it literally yesterday. Okay, the previous lesson. You're in. Which powers or power is or are unique to the House of Representatives? Also, how about the Senate? Which powers are unique to the Senate? Okay, today's date will be October 30th for those of you in A group and online. And oh man, it'll be a new month. It'll be November, I want to say 3rd. Let me check real quick. Hold on, guys. I know. Just pulling up my calendar. It'll be Tuesday, November 3rd. Okay, for those of you guys, or no, November 2nd, my bad. It'll be November 2nd for those of you guys in B group. I apologize. That took too long. So let's keep moving. Okay, so pause the video here. Complete your notebook. Okay, be paying attention once again to those essential questions, specifically how new ideas change the way people live. And that third question, how do ideologies affect the relationships between people and those in power? Okay, how is our government set up for the people of America, to interact with the people in the government? Okay, all right, pause video. Welcome back. Hopefully you did your notebook. If not, pause and do it. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving. Checks and balances / separations of power. Okay, what do you need to do here? Okay, first there's a short reading. I mean, very short, like less than a full page. Okay, you're going to open up the separation of powers reading document attached in today's Google Classroom assignment. Okay, and then after you've read that, you're going to watch the very short video over here on the right, which is also going to tell you about checks and balances and separation of powers. Then after you have read the document and watched the video, which, like I said, should take you less than 10 minutes, you have 3 questions to answer in the classwork section of your notebook. Okay? What is separation of powers? Define that for me. What does that mean? What does that phrase, separation of powers, mean? I'll give you a hint. It's defined in the reading for you. Okay? Second, what are checks and balances? What are they? Give me a definition for them. Both the video and the reading will tell you a ton about what they are. No reason you should get that one wrong. And then third, specifically, and if you're not sure, you can check the graph. There's a graph on page 2 of the reading that'll show you, or I should say illustrated chart. That's probably a better explanation. Okay? What checks does the legislative branch have on the executive branch and judicial branch? Okay? What things can the legislative branch do to make sure the executive branch does not abuse its power and the judicial branch does not abuse its power? What can it do to help with that? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that document real quick. We'll jump over to our Google Classroom assignment for the day. Okay, legislative branch I am poem. Okay, once again, for those of you guys in A group and online, that'll be on Friday, and for those of you in B group, it'll be Monday. Okay, it's this one right here, separation of powers. Go ahead and open that up. It's still being weird on my computer. I hope it's easier on your guys's. If you don't have the open with Cami, click open in a new window. And then you can click open with Cami. Okay? Basically, you're going to read this page, separation of powers, checks and balances, and you're going to analyze this chart. We'll call it a chart. Okay? Diagram. There we go. That's a better word. Okay? Then answer those 3 questions. Or, pardon me, after you read this, watch the video, then answer the 3 questions, and you will be good to go for that portion. Let's go back to our slides. Okay? So at this point, pause the video, do those things, do the reading, watch the video, answer the questions. After you finish with that, go ahead and come back to this instruction video. Welcome back. Moving on. Oh, there we go. For your I am poem, okay? So first things first, before working on your I am poem today, make sure you have finished yesterday's analysis and note catcher, okay? If you haven't finished that yet, pause right now. Go back and finish that because you're going to need to do that before you do the I am poem today, okay? After that's finished and checks and balances is finished, open up the legislative I am poem document. It is attached in today's Google Classroom assignment. We'll look at it in just a second. Then you're going to write an I am poem. I should say from. Let me fix that for you guys. I hate when I type something incorrectly. Okay, give me like 1 second. I know you guys are very patient. Okay, let me represent this. Oh man. Okay, so you're writing I am home from the perspective of someone in the legislative branch. You can pretend to be either a representative in the House or a senator in the Senate. Pretend you are one of those people. Okay, we're going to take a look at it, but basically you're going to tell me kind of what it's like to be a senator. Okay, what powers do you have? Which powers do you not have? How do you check the other branches of government? How do you check the executive branch? How do you check the judicial branch? Okay. There is a rubric that Mr. Hallwegner and I will be using for the I am poems. Okay. It's attached in today's Google Classroom assignment. Basically, it has 3 categories. Is the information in your poem accurate? Okay. So, like, if you tell me the legislative branch has the power to murder everyone, that's wrong. They do not. Okay. If you tell me they have the ability to review laws, hint, they don't. That's a judicial power. That's wrong. Okay, so that's not accurate. That'll hurt your score on the rubric. Okay, that's part 1. Part 2 is how unique is your perspective on the I am poem. Okay, if your poem feels very generic, like, hey, I'm a person in the legislature, that's about it, that's going to hurt you. Okay, I should feel like you are an individual person, you are a unique person in the Senate or a unique person in the House of Representatives. Be creative with this. Okay? Yes, you have to have accurate information, but have fun with it. Be creative. Pretend like you're an actual individual there. You should sound different than everyone else in the classroom writing this poem. Okay? And then third, make sure you're using good historical terminology, or in this case, we'll say good civic terminology. Okay? If you're like, yo, home skillet, I'm in the legislature, yeah, we vote, yo, like that's not good terminology. Okay, I should hear you say stuff about bills, vetoes, okay, majority. Be using the vocab we've been talking about as we go along. Okay, legislative powers, according to Article 1, things like that. So just make sure you guys are using good academic terminology and some of the vocab words we've been talking about in class over the last couple weeks. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that document. Maybe. There we go. Okay, we're going to jump over into Google Classroom again, and it is this document, the Legislative Branch I Am poem. Go ahead and open that up. Move my face out of the way. Okay, once it loads, let's make it a little bigger so it's easier for you guys to see in the video. All right, your directions. You are the legislative branch, or you're a person in the legislative branch, okay? Write an I am poem to explain who you are and how you check the powers of the judicial branch and the executive branch, okay? So first thing, title your poem. Second thing, just write your poem. Okay, we have sentence starters for the whole poem. Yes, you have to complete all of them. Don't ask if you can skip one. You're smart, figure it out. Okay, so you can start with I am a senator, or I am a representative in the House. Okay, whatever you want. The next time you say I am, though, do not repeat what you just put at the beginning. Okay, this one you could be like, I am determined to pass this law, or something like that. Okay, and so forth. But you shouldn't have an excellent I am poem. I should feel like, man, I've just heard from one of my senators, or I've just heard from one of my representatives. Be a unique person. Have a good perspective. Okay? After you're done with all that, lastly, you have a very quick out. Would you rather be in the House of Representatives or in the Senate, and tell me why? Okay? That is all for today. Thank you guys so much, as always, for listening and paying attention. I do appreciate it. By the way, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, this is an assessment, so please take your time on it. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions, as always. Otherwise, I'll see you in next class.